Hey, what's up guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Albert Seftuche, and I've got a 10,500 pen slammer right here. Oh yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be adding to the library on this one. And yes sir, we need some line capacities because we've already gotten asked a few questions of how much line it'll hold and so forth. So definitely got to keep improving our spooling library, because not everybody fishes with conventional reels, and there's also reasons for that too. You know, sometimes these spinning reels can do what the other ones can't, and so we got to figure this out. We got to get good line capacities and learn the knowledge. I mean, that's basically what the channel is here for, is learning and sharing that knowledge. So by our subscribers giving us reels that we can use for these demonstrations, it really gives us the ability to grow our knowledge, which we'll turn around and share with you.
Gotta bite. I think I got a lot of stress on my mind. It's a nice day to go. Yeah, I got a line. I'ma call the whole team.
And here's a major one right here. You see all that snake-like effect? That's what I was talking about on that other video. More than likely, because of that reason, that the braid sat there for so long, or it got pulled off and then tightened back up on there, meaning like right now, if I were to spool this line back on here, it would compress this line, and that's what I think really happened. That's why it was, you see those sections there? See that whole path right there? That's the way it was on that big old spool. And there's another one, and that's what it does all the way around. So I'm really positive that that's what happened with that line. Well, this is a solid, and he wants to go in, he wants to upgrade it to the hollow core. He's going to be doing 80 pound at the end of the day, but we're going to go and use it for 40 pounds to start out with. So I'm real curious, did they use mono, or did they not tie a good knot to the center of the spool? Yeah. See, that's another thing too. Right there, it shows you if your line capacity is too short on the spinning reel. Let me see. It's going to get stuck around the spool housing. You see that? So you always got to keep your line, especially if you're casting, more than about halfway or higher, not less. Now obviously when you're fighting a fish, it's not peeling off this way because it's coming off as the spool spins, going through the bail and feeding it that way, so you won't run into this problem. But right now that we're doing this, we're running into it. We're hitting the sides of this because it's not enough line to fly off. So we got to be real careful when down spooling it. You can see why we're catching the spool over here. And that's another reason why you don't get distance if you're trying to cast out and you're down toward the center of the spool on spinning reels. Wow, they had tape on there, but this little bitty piece of tape was not holding it, and look at that. It was still moving around. So even if I put the tape on there on the knot, it's still moving, you know what I mean? So yeah, no. Don't use tape, guys. We got plenty of knot videos showing you how we do this, so that way you can fix this for sure on your reel. That way you don't run into this problem. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start with the 40-pound test on this reel. And we're going to see how much line capacity we can get on it. And again, like I said, I'm just doing this for the library, so I'm not going to put a full-fledged knot on here, but I'm going to get it to where it will stay so we can actually start this spooling process, get a line capacity. Here we go. I don't like the way it's vibrating like that, so I put the ball on. I'm wondering if the rubber band has anything to do with that. So I'm going to do this. See if that helps. Yeah, sure did. Alright guys, so I've hit 200 yards right here, and I got a bit of a problem on here. How did I do that? Got an under wrap, but we'll get that sorted here in a bit. This is another reason for not leaning. That's why I stack my spools like this, but sometimes we get in a hurry when we stack it like this, and several of the outer braids fell down on it, and I didn't check my spools, so now I got to stop, get this undone before I can continue. Otherwise, it's just going to keep fighting me all the way through, and that's not going to be good. Might have to do... So
That's
yes,
why
I had to
this
fight
braid
this a
so
little
much
bit,
is
but what I
that
ended up
right there,
doing
being
was
able to
cutting the
splice
braid,
in and
since it
save
is hollow
yourself
core, and
a
I
lot
could
of
splice
money.
back in and fix it, so I can get those
Alright.
wraps
Continuing
undone,
on, we
splice
just
back into the
passed
main
up
line, so I can continue
206
on with
yards
this full
of
video.
40-pound Cortland on this reel.
Like I
We're
said,
not
you know,
into the first
sometimes
bevel yet.
I didn't
Check
check
this
my
out.
work, and that's what cost me, you know, having to stop and do all of this to get it corrected so I can continue this full-in video.
Alright guys, so I just passed over the first bevel and I'm at 376 yards. Wow, very nice. Alright guys, we just passed up the second bevel. I'm at 796. I bet you we can make an even 800. So it'll be 800 yards of 40-pound Cortland on this Penn Slammer 10,500. Oh yeah. Alright guys, so I am topped off there and I'm at 1,166 yards of 40-pound Cortland on this Penn Slammer 10,500. Let's see, where's that? That's weird. I went this way and it unfocused, but I went this way and it focused right in. Yep, it knows what it wants, that's for sure. 1,166 yards. There you go. There it is. Now I got to strip it down and go on to the next video.
send them down though.
All right.